Welcome to Notion and Productivity with Productivity HQ.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Tamia and this is Productivity Headquarters. Today we're going to do my 2025 ins and outs. The first thing I want to say is if you see me looking over, I'm looking at my iPad and that's where my list is at. I have my Notion up just so I can know what I have to say. So ignore that if you see me looking over. But let's jump right in. My first in for the year is taking my iron supplement. That's something that I really want to start getting into. I don't really take much other vitamins, but I know I need to be taking iron. I have low iron and it's something that has made me tired, not get enough good sleep, and I don't really like how that feels. So I want to start doing that. Right now I'm currently taking the liquid iron, and ignore how dirty it is. I messed it up when I first got it. I literally spilled it all over. It doesn't taste good, but what I do recommend if you do take liquid iron is drink it with some orange juice. That's helpful for you. I'm not a doctor.
Never done anything like this before.
Okay, calm down. Look, I'm not a cop. I'm not a cop.
So if you need to be taking any vitamins or anything, make sure you check in with your doctor. But I currently take that because I know I have low iron, which we'll get into because it's causing me other issues that I want to kind of stop doing. We'll talk about that next. So that's my first thing for my end for 2025. And out that I have is bad habits. One of my bad habits is eating cornstarch. And for having low iron, that makes me kind of crave non-nutritional items, and that's cornstarch. And I have pica, which is wanting to eat non-nutritional items. Say if that's dirt, clay, anything like that, want like that earthy taste, you'll have those kind of cravings. So that's something that I want to stop doing. Also, smoking vapes. I used to work at a smoke shop previously, and I no longer work there. So I kind of want to kick that habit and let that go. Now I'm just doing it out of habit and just because. And I don't really like it. So that's something that I want to stop doing. So those two things are bad habits that I want to get rid of for the new year. For another end is having dedicated time for me and God and just growing in my faith a little bit more, not a little bit more, a lot of bit more, because I really wanted to be really transformational for me. I've had a point in my life where it really was transformational, and I remember how that felt. And just being closer to God, I feel like I'm more at peace, I'm more just calm overall, things go better for me, and life is a lot simpler, life is not as hard. So that's something that I really want to start working on and doing better with overall. An out that I have that kind of pairs with that is overly using overusing ChatGPT in place of God, like especially in place of God. I want to stop overusing it overall, but just especially because I find myself at times like if I want a little bit of guidance or I have an idea or just like how you have they have that saying where, oh, if God could just come sit right next to me and tell me what to do. I kind of use ChatGPT for that. Like if I was working on an idea, is I'm googling or searching up asking what should be the next steps or how can I do this, do this, instead of really strengthening my relationship with God so he can give me better guidance in that area. So that's something that I really want to actually work on and do better with because I don't like the way that is. And I don't want to make an idol out of ChatGPT instead of actually growing my relationship with God. And also just because I feel like it's making me more lazy in certain ways where I'm just like automatically checking things out of fear that I haven't gotten it right or I don't know. And I'm very smart, so I don't really like that I've grown that habit. So that's something else that I want to kind of stop doing. Not kind of, I want to stop doing in 2025. My next in is having dedicated time for hobbies. I found myself not doing too many things just that I naturally like doing that brings me joy. I'm not watching my TV shows anymore, movies anymore, and I'm really big on movies and TV shows. So if you guys have any good shows or movies, let me know down in the comments. So that's something that I want to start back doing. I miss doing that a lot. And just like over throughout the year, I want to get into different things that kind of bring me joy, whatever those will be as the months go on. We're still in January, so I don't know what I'll be interested in 3 months from now, 2 months from now. So just really having actual time for my own hobbies, just to get out in the world and just have little things that make me feel better as an individual. Another out that I have is unhealthy and meaningless relationships and also meaningless conversations. For me personally, I feel like last year I was trying to pull in people who the relationships just weren't conducive to my growth. And I also feel like I do it out of habit of wanting people to be a part of my life and wanting to grow together and just seeing the end of the potential in that person or seeing the potential in that like relationship. That's friendships too. It's not just like romantic, because those are also important. And I feel like that's something that I found myself doing. I don't really like it. Sometimes you just have to let people go, and they just won't be a part of your story. You probably just won't be a part of their story. You have your portion of their story and they had yours, and that's it. I feel like I was doing that a lot. And then also I found myself, based off of who I was around, I was having meaningless conversations, and I really didn't like that. And I found myself, once I left from around them, just like, what was that about? Like, that was just so not like me, or the conversation was just irrelevant. It wasn't productive. So I rather have conversations that are more conducive to my growth and that help me be a better person, and where we're talking about big ideas and we're working on things. It's not always hustle, 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 but I just don't want to have meaningless conversations and meaningless relationships, and especially not unhealthy relationships, because that just drags you down. That's not how I want to live my life. So that's another out that I have for 2025. Another end that I have is doing things even when I have such a stubborn or resistant way of thinking about it. And for example, creating this video, for the longest, I've been wanting to actually do a sit down video, but I had the idea of, oh, it has to be done this way. I have to be here. I don't want to, all these different things I was thinking. And it's like, stop being stubborn, just do it, get it out the way. Everything doesn't have to be perfect. And I feel like it wasn't necessarily the perfectionist in me. It was more so just wanting things to be a right way. If you would call that perfectionist, I would say sure, if that's what you want to call it. But for me, it wasn't necessarily wanting things to be perfect. It's just I had a certain look for it, and I felt like I wasn't able to do it until I got to that point. So yeah, that's something that I'll give an example of, like me just being stubborn, or for example, creating my planners and stuff like that. Like right now, you guys know, if you didn't know, I sell Notion templates, and one of my main goals is to actually start creating physical planners. And I have been so stubborn about it because I have certain ideas that I have for my planners, and I know it's going to take a lot of legwork, and I want them to be actually really good for my first drop. I want a certain weight for the paper, a certain type of cover, all these different things. And it's just like, stop being so stubborn. I don't want to keep being stubborn. So at end, it's just doing the things that I feel like I should be doing, especially when it's not that serious. I should at least try and just put it out there or something. So yeah. After that, we have out being stubborn. That's what I put, about things I know I need to do. Another end that I have is using my Notion more. Isn't that hilarious? The Notion girl doesn't use her Notion.
And don't fight me, because I know how you girls like to tussle.
More. And the reason why I say use my Notion more is I completely 100% use my Notion, but I don't use it in the way that I like to use it, because like I said, there's different ways to use Notion. Not everyone uses Notion the same. For me right now, I feel like I'm using it as a place to store all my information instead of actually acting on everything that's in my Notion. And Notion can definitely be used as a second space to store things, different things like that, but that's just not what I want to be doing. Like you can see here, my YouTube channel, where I have my videos up there, and then I have my planner. I want to get to the point where I'm planning my videos, and then the day that I'm put it down in my Notion, and the day that I said it's supposed to be published, that's when I want it to be out. I've been doing pretty well with my Substack. If you haven't joined the community, go ahead and join the community productivity headquarters. I send out newsletters on Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays, and I've been doing pretty well with that. The days that I've been marking down when I have to send out newsletters, I've been doing that. Now I just have to match that when it comes to uploading YouTube videos. So my main thing is, if I put it in my Notion, I want to act on it and actually implement those ideas, instead of all the ideas and information just sitting there. That's not how I want to use my Notion. So yeah. The next thing is not keeping up with my maintenance in the way that I would like. So when I say that, I mean more so in the past seasons of my life, I kind of made sure, like, having hair is done, nails done, all those different things, stuff like that. And I feel like it kind of took a backseat just because it wasn't a priority, which is not necessarily a full priority, but I feel like it will help to start doing that more this year. So that's something I kind of want to get into, and maybe it'll help other things fall into place. So I want to kind of implement that. Like, of course, I keep my eyebrows done, I get pedicures and different things like that, but I kind of want to add on to that and just kind of take care of myself just a little bit better. So that also just ties in with like taking my iron supplement. I just want to do better overall for my outwards and inwards appearance. Another in that I have is trusting in my ability to get things done well. And when I say that, and the reason why I say it that way is because I trust my ability to do things, but I feel like I don't trust how it will be perceived by others. Like when I go back into looking at my videos on YouTube, I'm like, these videos are actually good. Or when I go back and look at my newsletter for my Substack, I'm like, these are actually good. But when I'm working on it or sending it out, I'm like thinking that people are gonna read it and be like, this sucks, or I don't care about what she's saying, or okay, like that's how I feel, and I don't like that. So I kind of want to trust my, not kind of, I want to trust my ability to do things well. I know I'm fully capable of producing great content. I have wonderful thoughts. I'm very smart. So I just want to trust myself that I will also be perceived that way and know that's how I come off, even when I feel like I may not, or if I'm nervous, anything like that. So just trusting in my ability. Another out that I have is doom scrolling. I'm not sure who I was before TikTok at this point. I don't know what I was doing. Like, I'm over exaggerating, but like, I'm just thinking about like back then, what was I doing when I wasn't scrolling on TikTok? And 9 times out of 10, that was most likely either probably a little bit of scrolling on Instagram, but not that much because I'm not big on Instagram. I'm not even on Instagram now. Um, Probably working on things, reading my Bible, going for walks. Like I used to walk a lot. Like it's so much different things that I used to do. So it's like I'm not that worried about the TikTok ban as much because I feel like I'm excited to see how social media pivots. I feel like it'd be a great opportunity just to explore new avenues and different things and get ahead of the curve if anything, and just force people to step outside a little bit more. Not to say that
A little sun, trust me.
Outside bad. The sun's scary. He's not my friend. He wants to hurt me. He wants to save for
people aren't outside, but people really are on TikTok a lot. So I feel like it would be cool to see how society changes after that and how people get information and how we kind of really go about living after that. So just no more doom scrolling. I don't want to doom scroll as much as I have been doing, but it's just like with TikTok not being here, I feel like it would be a lot easier if it's not physically there. Not
I've always been delusional, yes.
to say I couldn't stop if I really wanted to, but it's just like if I completely can't get on it, I literally have no other option than to not get on it. So that's something that I want to stop doing. Another end that I have is going hard in my business and building my community. So for my business, I really have a lot of goals that I really want to get through this year and surpass, and the growing this channel is one of them. Growing my community is one of them. I really want to interact with you guys a lot more. I want to be able to have just comments all the time, you guys giving me feedback, us having conversations, us talking in the Substack community, all of that, just so we can grow and help one another. I feel like that would be really fun. It would be really beneficial to everyone. That's something that I really really want to do, and even take it further to possibly doing like in-person things, different stuff like that. That's really what I see this community being and becoming. So that's something that I really want to do, and just going hard in my business to where I'm actually implementing things where the brand gets known, people know Productivity Headquarters, they come to me for advice on certain things. That's really what I want to do for my business. Selling templates all the time, just constantly, like it just being a reoccurring thing, and that just made my thing. um, we have no more outs. I couldn't think of any, but we have some more ins. I want to say having a good balance of capturing moments, whether that's in video or picture form. So I found myself a lot of times when I'm out, either I'll take too many videos or I'll take too many pictures. And I cannot stand that I do that, because then later on I'm looking at my videos like, dang, I should have taken a picture of that. Now I'm having to screenshot my videos as a picture. And also, I've been doing better with this because I've been mentally making sure that I do, but it's something that I don't even want to have be an issue or me have to mentally think to implement. I just want it to be my natural way. But that is like when I'm taking videos, to not feel like rushed. And I feel like certain times I'm not able to capture the video in the way that I'm experiencing it for you guys, and just memory wise, because I'm rushing to get the video just to create it, to get out of the way, or to catch up with my friends, or feel like I'm in a rush. Like I do really well when I am by myself, but at the same time, I feel like even with being out with people, I feel like I should be able to take that time to be able to get my content, make it look good, move along, and be able to produce that content so you guys can really see life through my lens. So that's something that I really, really want to work on, and also still be able to balance and be able to enjoy those moments and have those be actual memories for me, and not just me pumping out content for you guys and creating all this stuff and then me not even remembering what I did. So I want to have a good balance of both of those. So those are a few of my in and outs for 2025. I thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know if your in and outs for 2025, and let me know if you guys enjoyed this video. So be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and leave some comments down there about anything. How's your day going? Let me know if you bought a template from me and how is it working out for you. And if you haven't gotten a template, check out my shop at productivityheadquarters.com and let me know what's the next video you guys actually want to see. See ya.